They say you should trust your instincts. That little voice in the back of your head that whispers, something isn't right. But I didn't just ignore mine, I shushed it, tucked it in bed, and handed it a warm cup of everything is fine. And then, one evening, the universe took it upon itself to slap me in the face. I was in the kitchen, minding my own business, scrolling through my phone while waiting for the pasta to finish boiling. My husband, Alex, was in the living room, half watching some crime documentary while texting. Nothing unusual, except for the fact that he was smirking at his screen. Smirking. That wasn't a texting a coworker smirk. That wasn't a talking to his mother smirk. That was a flirting with someone who is not his wife smirk. My heart did a weird little flip, the kind that makes your stomach drop and your brain scream nope, don't go there. I went there. Who's making you smile like that? I asked, keeping my tone light, playful. Alex barely looked up. Oh, just a dumb meme from work. A dumb meme from work. Sure. Except when I leaned over his shoulder, he tilted his phone just slightly, just enough to hide the screen. And right then I knew, this man is up to something. But I didn't say anything. Not yet. I waited. That night, after Alex had showered and gone to bed, I decided to take a little detour on my way to sleep. His phone was charging on the nightstand. Face down. Locked. That's okay. Because Alex, my incredibly smart husband, had a smartwatch. And Alex, my very tech-savvy husband, had it synced to his phone. And Alex, my brilliantly deceptive husband, forgot to turn off message previews. So when a notification popped up at 11:37 p.m., I was right there to see it. Anna, I can't stop thinking about you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Red Art. Anna. Who the hell is Anna? I didn't sleep that night. I spent hours staring at the ceiling, my heart pounding, my mind racing through every possibility. Maybe it's a misunderstanding. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe. Or maybe my husband was cheating on me. I could have confronted him right then and there. I could have shaken him awake, shoved his phone in his face, and demanded answers. But something in me held back. Instead, I got up early, made coffee, kissed him on the cheek like nothing was wrong, and waited for him to leave for work. Then I did what any rational, level-headed woman would do. I went full detective mode. First stop? His laptop. Alex was meticulous about his phone security, but his laptop? The one he used for work? The one where he probably thought I'd never snoop? That was different. I opened his email, typed Anna into the search bar, and held my breath. 3 email threads popped up. The first one was titled, Meeting at the Usual Spot Tonight? The second, Last Night was Incredible. And the third, the one that made me feel like I'd been punched in the gut, was from another woman entirely. Subject, Love at First Sight. From Sarah. Not Anna. Sarah. 2 women. 2. I shut the laptop. Stared at my reflection in the dark screen. I felt numb. Not shocked, not even heartbroken, just numb. Then I laughed. Because my husband, the man who couldn't even remember to take out the trash, had somehow managed to juggle 2 secret relationships. And I was just sitting here, drinking coffee, uncovering his stupidity like it was a casual Tuesday. I took a deep breath. Then another. And then I smiled. Because, oh, this was going to be fun. When you find out your husband is dating 2 other women behind your back, you have a few options. Scream, cry, throw things. Tempting, but messy. Confront him immediately. Predictable, and I wanted fun. Play dumb and let him dig his own grave. Bingo. I was going with option 3. So that morning, I made him breakfast. Oh wow, pancakes? Alex said as he sat down, grinning at me like he wasn't a 2-timing snake. What's the occasion? Oh, nothing, I said sweetly. Just thought I'd do something special. Because boy, did I have special plans. The next step was gathering intel. I needed to know when he was seeing them, where, and just how deep this rabbit hole went. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I air-tagged my husband. Technically, it wasn't illegal. He was my husband, after all. And technically, I didn't even have to hide it. I just helpfully clipped one to his keychain. Just in case you lose your keys, I said. You know how forgetful you are. He chuckled. You're the best. Oh, honey. I sure am. The AirTag and a bit of creative snooping gave me everything I needed. Tuesdays and Thursdays, lunch dates with Sarah. Nice little cafe downtown. So quaint. Wednesday nights, working late, aka sneaking off to see Anna. A wine bar? Ugh, cliché. Weekends? A little mix of both, when he wasn't at home playing the loving husband. It was honestly impressive. The sheer logistical effort he put into managing two relationships on top of a marriage. If he had applied that level of organization to our taxes, we'd probably own a vacation home by now. Now, I could have gone the traditional route, messy confrontation, dramatic tears, the works. But no, I wanted him to feel it. So I made a plan. Step 1, find the women. Step 2, introduce them to each other, without Alex knowing. Step 3, enjoy the fireworks. Sarah was easy. She worked in marketing at a firm I had conveniently collaborated with before. Anna? A bit trickier. But Alex was dumb enough to leave clues in his emails. Turns out she worked at the same gym he suddenly became obsessed with last year. So, what did I do? I made friends. I casually arranged a networking coffee with Sarah. Professional women supporting each other. How lovely. She had no idea who I was. And Anna? Well, I signed up for a fitness class. Why not work on my revenge and my glutes at the same time? I was patient. I let them talk. I asked questions. And, oh, the things I learned. Alex had told Sarah he was trapped in a loveless marriage and that I was cold and distant. To Anna, I was emotionally unstable and clingy. Hearing it made my blood boil, but I kept my cool. Because this wasn't just my revenge anymore. Oh no. Now we were coming for him. I always thought the phrase, the other woman, carried an air of villainy, like some femme fatale twirling her hair while wrecking homes. But sitting across from Sarah at a chic little cafe, I realized she was just another woman who got played. So, tell me about this guy you're seeing, I said casually, stirring my coffee. Sarah blushed a little. His name's Alex. He's incredible. I bet. She went on about how they met. Love at first sight, of course. How he made her feel so special, how he was trapped in an unhappy marriage, but just waiting for the right time to leave. I nodded along, sipping my coffee, thinking about how Anna had said the exact same thing in the locker room at the gym just yesterday. By the time Sarah mentioned how Alex had taken her to their spot, a cute Italian bistro downtown, I nearly choked on my cappuccino. Because guess where Anna said she and Alex went every Friday night? Yep. Their spot. 2 women. 1 lying husband. A single, repeated romantic routine. It was almost sad. But mostly, it was infuriating. It was time for Sarah and Anna to meet. Anna was a little harder to convince. At first, she didn't want to believe me. But then I did what any good friend would do. I showed her the proof. The emails. The texts. A neat little spreadsheet I made. Because if I'm going to expose my husband, I might as well be organized about it. She turned pale. Oh my God. I thought. He told you he loved you, right? I asked. She nodded, wiping at her eyes. I sighed. Yeah. He told Sarah the same thing. And me. Silence. Then, Sarah leaned forward, her expression darkening. Okay, so what do we do about it? Oh, I was so glad she asked. We didn't want just a confrontation. We wanted a lesson. So, we came up with a plan. Step 1, keep playing along. Sarah and Anna would act completely normal. No sudden ghosting, no fights, nothing to make Alex suspicious. Step 2, set a date. One Thursday evening, Alex was supposed to meet Sarah for dinner. But oops, she'd have to cancel. Instead, she'd suggest meeting up on Saturday. Same time, same place. Anna, coincidentally, would also have plans that got rescheduled to the same restaurant. And me? I'd be waiting in the wings, ready for the finale. Saturday arrived. I arrived at the Italian bistro early, sliding into a booth near the back where I had a perfect view of Alex's usual table. Then, right on schedule, Sarah walked in. Alex stood to greet her, flashing his usual charming boyfriend smile, right up until Anna walked in, too. His smile froze. Anna blinked. "Oh! Sarah, what are you doing here?" Sarah folded her arms. "That's what I was about to ask you." Alex's eyes darted between them. "Oh, Then I stepped forward. "Oh, honey," I said sweetly. "Don't stop there. I'd love to hear how you get out of this one." His face turned white. The entire restaurant went dead silent. Sarah pulled out her phone and started reading his texts out loud. Anna added a few choice emails. I simply watched as my husband tried, and failed, to explain why he was telling 3 different women that they were his one true love. People were staring. Waiters stopped mid-service. A couple at the next table gasped dramatically. Bless them for the free audience participation. And then, the best part. Sarah picked up a full glass of red wine. Looked at me. Looked at Anna. We all nodded. Then she poured it right over his head. Anna followed up with a slap, nothing violent, just enough to make a satisfying sound. And me? I leaned in close, just enough for him to hear me over the ringing in his ears. "Enjoy your dinner, sweetheart," I whispered. "You're gonna need it. Because the next meal you eat might be in a very small apartment with no furniture." Then the 3 of us walked out together, leaving Alex, drenched in wine and humiliation, in the middle of his very public reckoning. I always imagined that if my husband ever got caught cheating, it would be a quiet, behind-closed-doors kind of event. You know, the dignified kind of betrayal. Turns out, I much prefer the drag him through the streets and let him feel the flames of his own stupidity kind of betrayal. And, oh, did Alex feel it. The moment Sarah, Anna, and I walked out of that restaurant, the entire place erupted into whispers. Phones were out, recording, snapping pictures, capturing the absolute disaster that was Mr. Love at First Sight sitting there with red wine dripping down his face, his perfectly ironed shirt ruined, his entire double life crumbling in real time. I almost felt bad for him. Almost. Alex didn't waste time trying to fix things. Nope. The moment he got home that night, drunk, disheveled, and probably terrified, he tried to talk his way out of it. "Vanessa, please, let's just." I held up a finger. "Sure." He blinked. "WH." "Not a word," I said, shaking my head. "Not a word." He shut up. "Good boy." Then I picked up a neatly prepared folder from the counter and handed it to him. "What's this?" he asked, flipping it open. "Divorce papers," I said, popping a grape into my mouth like this was just another Tuesday. He paled. You already." "Oh, sweetheart," I said, patting his cheek. "I filed those before we went to dinner." It was almost fun watching the light leave his eyes. You'd think the restaurant fiasco would be enough. Nope. Sarah and Anna weren't quite done yet. Sarah worked in marketing, as in, the same industry where Alex had built his reputation. And she made sure his name became synonymous with cheater, fraud, and walking red flag. LinkedIn posts. Industry group chats. Oh, and did I mention she had connections at a pretty influential business magazine? Let's just say that by Monday, a lot of people were questioning Alex's integrity. Anna, meanwhile, had a different approach. She worked at his gym. She was close with the owner of said gym. Guess who suddenly had his membership revoked? Alex walked into the gym one morning, tried to scan his card, and beep beep, access denied. "You've been banned," the receptionist told him, looking way too amused. "For what?" She handed him a note. "We don't support cheaters. Please take your toxic energy elsewhere." Gorgeous. Perfect. No notes. At this point, Alex was getting desperate. His work contacts were ghosting him. His gym had exiled him. And his perfect suburban life? Well, let's just say he was no longer living in my house. See, while he was busy dealing with Anna and Sarah's revenge, I was busy redecorating. By the time he tried to come home, I had already changed the locks, moved all his stuff into storage. Not thrown out, I'm not a monster. But far, far away. Left a beautiful little note on the door. That note? "Hey honey, moved your stuff out for you. I figured you'd prefer to stay at one of your true love's places instead." Winking face, hope that works. He was livid. He banged on the door. Called me. Texted me. Alex, you can't just throw me out. Me. Oh, but I can. Alex, where am I supposed to go? Me. Try Anna. Or Sarah. Oh, wait. Silence. Well, that's the best part. Anna and Sarah both dumped him, duh. His boss caught wind of the drama. Thanks, Sarah, and he got demoted. Not technically fired, but let's just say his career took a nasty little tumble. And as for where he's staying? In a tiny apartment with a roommate who's probably wondering why this grown man cries himself to sleep every night. Meanwhile, me, Sarah, Anna, and we still get together sometimes. We grab drinks, laugh about the worst man we ever dated, and toast to the fact that we turned heartbreak into the best damn sisterhood ever. And as for Alex? I like to think that every time he hears the phrase love at first sight, he gets a little nauseous. Poetic justice, wouldn't you say? The thing about men like Alex is that they never think the consequences will actually hit them. Sure, he got caught. Sure, his side pieces dumped him. Sure, I locked him out of the house. But deep down, he still thought I'd cool off and be reasonable. Which is why it was so satisfying when reality slapped him in the face. 1 week after the great unveiling, Alex called me. Not texted. Called. I debated letting it go to voicemail, but curiosity won. Vanessa, he started, his voice all soft and pathetic. Can we talk? I took a slow sip of my wine. I dunno, Alex. Can we? He sighed. Look, I messed up. I made a dramatic gasp. No way. You mean cheating on your wife twice was a bad idea? Come on, don't do this, he muttered. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you prefer I cry instead? I asked sweetly. Because, babe, I did that already. Now I'm having fun. Silence. Then, he tried his last desperate move. I just miss you. Oh, honey. Alex, I said slowly, let me make this clear. You don't miss me. You miss having a stable life. You miss the wife who handled everything while you ran around like a dollar store Casanova. That's not true, he protested. Oh, where are you staying right now? I asked. He hesitated. Exactly, I said. So unless this call is about signing the divorce papers, we're done here. Click. You know who wasn't done with Alex? Sarah and Anna. Because here's the thing, when you scam 2 women into thinking they're your soulmate, they don't just walk away gracefully. They take notes. They collect receipts. And in this case, they ruin you from every possible angle. Sarah's revenge. Remember how she worked in marketing? Well, turns out Alex had inflated his qualifications on his resume. And she may have accidentally forwarded a few discrepancies to his boss. Result? Bye-bye, promotion. Hello, endless performance reviews. Anna's revenge. The gym wasn't enough. Oh no. She went full scorched earth. She knew his landlord. Small world, huh? Let's just say a few rent payment inconsistencies got flagged. Result? Alex got an eviction notice. Oh, and did I mention? They became friends. Yes, the 2 women Alex played against each other. They now grab brunch on Sundays and send me hilarious updates on his downfall. Glorious. 2 months after the great unveiling, the divorce was finalized. I got the house, a generous settlement, full control over our joint assets. Alex got a single-bedroom rental in a noisy apartment complex, a new reputation as that guy at work, a whole lot of regret. Last I heard, he tried dating again. Apparently, word got out. Now, whenever he tries to charm a new woman, she just googles him. Oops. As for me? Well, let's just say that I'm thriving. I took a solo trip to Italy and ate pasta that didn't involve a cheating man at the table. I started dating again. Turns out, emotionally mature men exist. I still hang out with Sarah and Anna. We even had a little cheater suck wine night. And Alex? Oh, he's still out there. Probably crying into his discount wine. But that's not my problem anymore. Because I'm too busy living my best damn life.